years ago, and to watch it go from this quiet arena to everybody's on their seat, jumping and going crazy in the introductions, it's a lot of fun.
Scoochie Smith, great pass inside to Kendall Pollard, and the seniors have been doing it a long time, Coach.
They have. They do such a good job at moving the ball and always looking for the better shot opportunity. That's a hallmark of Archie Miller's team. Unselfish play.
At the bottom of the screen are the Golden Corral starting lineups. Beautiful move by Isaiah Mike, one of the great freshman combinations for the Dukes.
They've got 3 more coming. It just takes time.
Cook front rims it. Keep your eye on the freshman, number 1, Mike Lewis II, and number 45, who just scored, Isaiah Mike. Mike and Mike, what a combo they have been for the Dukes. 2 freshmen. And that's what Dayton does to you.
See, you beat them. If you're going to beat Dayton, you've got to beat them through the pass, not the dribble. Too much dribbling there early.
When they met on January 14th, the Dukes turned it over 22 times at home. 22 turnovers, Coach.
Well, that would drive me insane. You sit down that night, you go, oh boy, I need a couple beers here as I watch this tape.
Block, it was close. And Kai Sanders with the big block.
Let's take a look at it again, because you got to take the hit here. You see it coming. You've got to be a little quicker. That is a block. It's an excellent call. But you've got to read that and see Kendall Pollard. No, not a three-point shooter. He's going to put it on the deck. He's got a little lane to the basket. I got to get there and get set.
And clearly Sanders was moving in.
Pollard out of Chicago, Simeon High School. Same school that Jabari Parker, Derrick Rose, Nick Anderson. If you go back farther, it's the best program in the state of Illinois, and it's not even close.
What a career at Dayton. Newest member of the 1,000-point club. The senior averaging over 13 a game. Seems like he and Scoochie have been here on the 15-year plan.
Broke his hand last year in the conference tournament, and then played in the NCAAs with the broken hand, and then said, it's bothering me, let's get it looked. Ended up having surgery on his knee, his wrist, then got a deep thigh bruise coming back and missed 6 games this year. Now he's healthy.
Emil Blackman at the other end with the smooth jumper. We're tied at 4. Defense has been the issue for Duquesne. Looked like Pollard shuffled his feet before the charge.
They're going to get him on the hip, though, and that was really well executed defensively by Emil Blackman. Watch him read the play and now slide over, and here he comes. Boom, he gets set. He is just that much quicker than the play we saw before when they didn't get over and take the charge. Instead, it was a block.
On paper, Coach, this is mismatch city. When you're a big underdog, what's the key to hanging around, especially on the road?
Not doing that. You've got to take care of the basketball. You've got to look, if you're Little Mike, and you think, okay, if I can make that pass, what can he do with it there? There's 2 white shirts around. Can he catch it? Can he gather? Can he score? Probably not, so don't throw it. Got to take care of the ball.
Probably won't find a bigger contrast in the Atlantic 10 of young versus old.
You're right.
This group of seniors for Dayton has done everything. They'll go down likely as the winningest team, winningest class in the history of this institution. Cook airballs on the baseline. Sell inside. Nearly a shot clock violation. Mike Sell, right place, right time.
Right place, right time, and does a really good job. That shot goes up, misses everything, but nobody boxes him out. You cannot relax ever on a shot. You don't watch the ball, you watch your man. You go check him off, then go get the ball.
Cook the offensive rebound. Dayton looking for a 5, possibly 4-point possession. Mike Sell inside again. 4-point play for Ryan Mike Sell.
What a great job, though, by Mike Sell on a screen roll. Sets the high ball screen, goes right down the lane. Give me the ball. Nice pass. Waits, let the defender clear and lay it in.
Well, Lewis thinks about it, gets a screen from the big man. He had Lewis rolling to the basket, didn't find him. Smith emphatically to the lane, able to lay it up and in. The sophomore guard from Ocean Township, New Jersey.
Really strong, aggressive take right to the backboard. Beat the man off the dribble, and then no way they were going to stop him.
Scucci thinks about it, pump fakes, regathers. And Pollard flying to the basket for the 2. Offensive rebounds and turnovers, absolutely destroying Duquesne's chances.
You cannot throw it away at one end and then 2 times in a row not check off the glass.
And this is the layup. Dayton is not in the quick shot, bad shot. Oh, what a look inside by Davis to Mike Sell. Ryan Mike Sell, 6 early. He only averages 6 a game.
All he has to do is say, thank you very much. Screen roll, cut to the basket. What outstanding passing.
And another turnover and a foul on Lewis. You could circle the offensive rebound
here. He was not one of those guys who go, boy, I wish we could fast forward till he's a junior. You want to keep him exactly where he is, because he was that mature when he arrived on campus.
Now that maturity is why you have to think Dayton, if they can get into the dance and coming out of the Atlantic 10, it's tough. Lewis, boy, does he look just out of sync today.
Yeah, he's struggling today. Really has not ever gotten on track. But you know what? These moments will be, do you rise from them or do you shrink because of them? I think he'll rise from them.
And on the other side, Duquesne, it's pretty clear that they've elected to go young and build for the future. And Dayton has made 7 of their last 8. The question is now just how out of control will Archie Miller allow this to get?
I think he's going to run, his guys back in. It is what it is. Jim Ferry would have it no other way. He'd say, hey, man, play your guys. Do what you got to do. I was telling a story the other day. In the league I work in, I have to get up and go interview the home coach at the end of the first half and the visiting coach as they come back in the second half. Well, I'm doing a game, and when the game gets out of hand, it's 25 at the half. And here comes this veteran coach. And I said, hey, Barry Hinson at Southern Illinois. I said, Barry, hey, man, I'm sorry. I have to do it. He's like, it's not the first time I've gotten my butt kicked, and it's not the last. Not my first rodeo. It is what it is. Let's go. And he was tremendous. And I tell that story because some coaches, they lose their perspective. Jim Ferry doesn't lose his perspective. I had a long talk with him this morning. He knows where they're at, where they're headed, and they'll get there.
Every player that has gotten into the game for Dayton has scored. And even in just an absolute destruction of a game, Mike has been extremely impressive as a freshman talent. Isaiah Mike, going to hear a lot about him in the Atlantic 10 over the next 3 years. Kendall Pollard still in there working down on the block. Extra pass. taking it hard to the rack.
He was thinking, I'm going to get myself a dunk. But, you know, good aggressive play. That's a good, solid defensive play by Jordan Robinson. Come over. You're not going to get dunked on.
Trey Landers rarely gets to play for Dayton. Opportunity here to all those practices to come out here and make it all worthwhile. And misses both free throws. Well, I know the Dayton fans out there, the Dan Donahues, Tom Masons of the world, that they're watching every game, chewing their fingernails, knowing it's going to be a battle to the end for the Flyers this year to get into the NCAA tournament, just because the A-10 at the top probably has 4 or 5 schools for 3 spots.
It's a dogfight. Well, one of the walk-on players that they have here at Dayton is Joey Groot. Everyone hears Groot? That's not the most common name. That is the coach of the Redskins' son. That is John Groot's nephew. And I was talking to John the other day. I said, hey, you're going to be a Dayton. That's where I went to school. He goes, my nephew's there. And he works hard, doesn't play a lot, but loves being part of this program.
Well, he's going to play today, Cap.
He'll get some run, I would think, here shortly.
I think if you've got a uniform, you're going to get a look today. Just keep on coming.
They're going to, I would think, start to get some guys in here in the next 3-4 minutes that, you know what, they get up to at 5 o'clock in the morning when they have early morning workouts, and they make the bus trips and all of it.
Look at Pollard with the steal at one end, Davis at the other. Not a whole lot that Duquesne and head coach Jim Ferry can do.
But again, it's a dark time right now for Duquesne because they lost so much. We like to talk as coaches about what do I have back as continuity from last year. I think there's 330 or whatever out of 351 schools in continuity. That's not good because they lost so much. So you bring in good recruits, you coach the heck out of them, and you go get some more recruits, you coach the heck out of them, and 3 years from now you look, you go, wow, look what we've built. 343 out of 351 in continuity. That was like the biggest term we used in the office. Continuity. What do we have that guys know everything we're doing? They understand how we run our program. You got to explain everything. It's not easy.
Now, at times today, the full court pressure has caused Dayton a little bit of trouble, but something that someone might pick up on tape down the line.
Yeah, I think it's because they've lost their razor sharp edge that they took the court with. You're up by 36 points, it happens. To put it in your terms, if you have a 9-shot lead going into 18, you're not grinding over every single shot. You know what I mean?
Nope. You just want to get in the hole and get the W.
That's it. Just don't get hurt. Let's get to the locker room and have a W.
And to your point, Dayton now very content to just let some time roll. .724.
There's time out on the floor.
It is all Dayton here at UD Arena. Not a single person is left. Sold out crowd on the
great cause.
Phenomenal. And the Dayton defense and offense, really, for that matter, just overwhelming today. So 7 and change here to go. UD Arena.
I'm amazed. Nobody's leaving.
It's remarkable. It really is when you think about what this team has done today, just the complete dismantling of another Division I program. And it really was from the get-go, Coach. I mean, it was quick you have the sense that the difference in maturity, in understanding of the game was pretty wide.
Yeah, and then Duquesne went on that 11-0 run, got it to 15. It was maybe bang a few shots, get this thing under 10, and then Dayton made a couple shots, got a few more steals. It's just been...
And that's enough. Coach Ferry wants a timeout. I'm not sure what you say when you're down 77-36, but you can't allow a team to just go and dunk.
Right.
A little pushback, I think, is what Coach Ferry was hoping for. Ill-advised pass again.
Yeah, they tried to lob and a really nice defensive play to just get out there, get a hand on it. I mean, you know, it's not like football where you say, guys, just run the ball, don't throw. Guys, just go out and play.
You know, I say the two teams you don't want this to happen against, and it's the last two teams I've seen, Dayton and VCU, because both teams know one way to play. It's in your grill, then out and go. And the turnovers happen.
They force the turnovers, and then they know how to convert them at the other end.
Daryl Davis checks in for Charles Cook for the Flyers. Darius Lewis and Cale Abrahamson check in for Duquesne.
Chance for a three-point play here for Davis. One of the best defenders. Kyle Davis, he'll take a break.
For Kyle Davis.
Zarius Williams back in. At what time do you go to the walk-ons, Coach? Is there kind of a golden rule, unwritten rule of what time in a blowout you get to go to the guys that don't get to play much?
See, most blowouts, you know, are you're up 15, 18, 20. You know, if they get on a little run, they can get back in it. So you wait till 2 minutes to go. I mean, this one's almost 50. So there is no rule.
Williams for three. Looking to get some shots up. Smith drives.
Okay. And Terrence Smith.
He's had I know this is silly to say in an 82-38 game, but he's had a couple flashes, Terrence Smith.
Yeah, they have some guys who are going to develop into good players. They do. They're just young.
See some of the walk-ons over on the Dayton bench starting to tighten the shoes up a bit.
Get loose. Come on, Coach. Let me in.
Well, Dayton from here, really, you look at where we are on the calendar. February, obviously, a short month, and then you're into conference play and hopefully postseason play.
Correct.
What would you like to see them do better? Dayton, that is, against obviously better competition. We'll take this one out of the equation, but in the games they have left against the teams in the upper half of the Atlantic, what do you want to see them do better?
Continue to prove to me they can shoot the basketball. Continue to prove to me that you can make shots. Because without a rim protector, you're going to have to make shots down the stretch.
James keeps firing, and he connects.
Basket, Eric James.
Well, a number for Dayton to think about is 46. That's the low total they've allowed on the season to St. Louis. They will have to hold the Dukes to 5 points to tie in the next 3:30.
I mean, you got to think that's not going to happen.
Well, Coach, they've got 41. There was a large portion of this game where they had a difficult time getting the ball to the rim. That's a great conversation. Is the Atlanta 10 underrated? Do they deserve more than 3?
It's such a good league, and there's such good coaches. I mean, you look at the coaches in this league. Holy smokes.
The score is pretty dramatic here, 84-41. That certainly jumps off the page, but so do the assist numbers. Dayton, 28 assists to Duquesne's 5.
And that's a credit to 2 things. Dayton's willingness to share the basketball. How many times we see the slip screen play? And their defensive intensity throughout a blowout game to keep Duquesne from being able to do that. That's probably the most dramatic difference I've seen in a game this year.
Emil Blackman at the line, shooting 2.
Game's starting to slow down a bit with the fouls here late. Blackman's been attacking the rim. Grad transfer. Gives him 9 points on the day. He was 9 short of 2,000 for his college basketball career. That free throw right there gave him 2,000 for his career.
How about that?
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. Okay, who you're playing against, where, for, that's a ton of points.
Spencer Wilson.
Crowd chanting right now, we want the walk-ons. We want Gruden is the chant.
Joey Gruden.
Duquesne in full court pressure. Under 3 to play.
Here he comes.
And here comes the crowd to their feet. The capacity crowd, many of which stayed here late. Just hoping a chance that they would get a chance to see 44, and now he will enter the game at the next dead ball.
John Gruden sitting in his home going, hey, my nephew's getting in.
Crowd, Joey saying, somebody throw the ball out.
Yeah, commit a foul, do something. Stop the clock.
Three-point basket, Eric James.
Under 2 to play. Duquesne once again showing pressure here. That's not going to do it. Clock's going to continue to roll. Every Dayton player has scored today. Coach Miller called the timeout there to get him in. Didn't want to talk to his team. Just called the timeout. Allowed the sub to happen. And now it's Joey Gruden, the senior. A walk-on, as you said, puts all the time in, all the mornings, all the hard work.
He works as hard as every other player. He may not be stoochy, but he works just as hard.
We'll see if we can get him a shot up here late. James from downtown.
James.
Duquesne in full court pressure. Landers.
Well, they got to get the ball in Gruden's hands. There he goes. He's open in the corner. See, they're pointing to him. Get him the ball.
See him go to work. The crowd screams to shoot. There he is for 3. Oh, air ball. Just too much adrenaline. James, he'll keep shooting. James will throw it down. 13 on the clock, and that will do it. Dayton will run out the clock, and the Flyers will put an emphatic 90-53 win on the board. And more importantly, improved to 8-2 in the Atlantic 10, Coach.
Big win because they were so impressive in every facet of the game. A 5-1 advantage on the glass. As you said, 3 turnovers. That's a deadly combination when you're the decided underdog going into a real tough building to play in.
Sirius Williams knocking it down, the sophomore from Huber Heights, Ohio. And real danger time right now, 15-6.
No question.
And it's another turnover for Duquesne.
Yeah, Darius Lewis, the big man, shuffled his feet at the top in his haste to make a pass.
A deadly combination, as you said, Coach. And Dayton, with all that leadership, can methodically pick you apart, led by this guy.
And that's what they do. You don't see guys rushing. You see, look how they run their offense.
Scucci breaking it down. The extra pass.
So it's a good possession. Didn't make the shot, but everybody touches it.
Well, for these Duquesne freshmen, they're getting quite the orientation here at UD Arena. Smith can't hit. Lewis inside. The senior blows the bunny.
Good job on the glass.
Well, his problem is he always has a tough time getting back on D. Legit 7-footer, big body. Cook again with the extra look. Once again, can't find it, but Dayton gets another possession. Cook driving and turns it over.
See, their defense, Dayton, is so good, and you go to the other end, and you can't shoot the ball. Mike Lewis took such a quick shot on the baseline, and I know it's a makeable shot, but it's got to come within the flow of the offense, and that's what they're going to tell him on the bench. Look, you're a young player. That's a good shot 15 seconds later after we've moved the ball, the flow of the offense. We don't have to take the ball to the baseline and jump right out and get the first open look because it plays into Dayton's hands.
Now there's no doubt Duquesne needed a perfect game to be in it here. And they've got anything but early on. See if they can dig themselves out of the early hole.
Cale Abrahamson's in the game. He played at Northwestern and Drake. This is his third school, looking for a chance here in his final season.
Both teams with wholesale substitutions. And they're going to get Lewis for the push in the back of Williams.
Yeah, they'll get Castro. He had that arm bar in the back. That is a point of emphasis this year with the NCAA. You cannot do that.
Wide open look for Davis. Knock it down. That's too easy.
Book it. Book it. Another Chicago kid. They do a great job recruiting Chicago around the Midwest here, and then they fill it in. You know, this Dayton team, this isn't the team they thought they were going to have. And they're really good. They're an NCAA team. They may win the league. But you have Josh Cunningham, who's sitting on the bench, a transfer from Bradley from Chicago Morgan Park, which is the defending state champ. He's a heck of a player.
Duquesne cannot get a shot up, Coach.
He's out. No, Duquesne's really struggling to initiate their offense. Anyway, they have no Cunningham, out 3 months with a foot injury. And then Steve McElvain should be their starting center, and he tragically died of a heart issue last spring. You put those two guys back where they thought they would be a year ago in this program, this is a top 10 team in America, I'm telling you.
Duquesne right now is finding that out the hard way. I'm not sure the last time they've gotten a shot that hit the rim. Forget it, made basket. They're having a difficult time
initiating.
Getting the ball up on the rim. Lewis, another turnover. This is incredible. And a smart foul at the other end. They got Davis with the... It is all Dayton early on. 18-6. Duquesne really struggling back at
tournament every year. Archie Miller is as good a coach as there is in the country. Every AD says, boy, I'd like to get that guy. And he has been so loyal to this program. And I said to him, what was dinner table like in the Miller household? He said, dude, let me just tell you something. You were on time. You sat up straight. He would go to practice every morning as a little kid at 6:30 with his dad, who's a legendary high school coach who won 4 state titles in Pennsylvania, 760 wins in a 40-year career. And I said, if you came home and said, hey, Dad, I think I'm going to play zone, he goes, are you serious? He said, you don't ever tell my dad you're playing zone. Not going to happen in the Miller household.
Now, right now, Duquesne over 5 minutes without a field goal, 5 minutes without a point. And finally able to get off the schneid.
That's the one really great quality that Cale Abrahamson has. He can shoot the basketball.
Mike Self just dominating inside because of the exterior-interior passing. They're getting them layups, Coach.
They are, because they are executing their offense. How many teams do you watch? They get a pretty good working margin early and guys get hungry. Oh, my turn to shoot. I want a shot. They just run their stuff. Their process. They call it the process. Their process is as good as any program in the country.
And Duquesne 9, Ryan Mikesell 8. Can he finish? Beautiful looking basket. Rene Castro able to penetrate.
They made a really nice move and not a great defensive set for Dayton, and a really nice aggressive play out of Castro.
And that gets Scoochie Smith directly off the bench. From downtown, Daryl Davis and the Flyers. When they're making shots, that's their weakness. A defensive-minded team will grind it out, can play a low-scoring game. When they're making shots, they're as good as anyone. Oh, my goodness.
Too quick a shot.
Abrahamson.
He wasn't set to shoot that.
Crosby thinks about 3 and connects. That's going to be a timeout for the Ducks.
Have to take a timeout. Got 3 more they've signed that are coming, like he did at his previous stop at LIU. It takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm telling you, he's a really, really good technical coach and a great guy.
You know, he needs his freshmen to pick it up a step. They've combined for just 2 points. And Mike Sell with the rejection. Now you think about what Duquesne lost and what they have coming back. They went to the CBI last year, made the postseason with 17 wins, and they've just lost a ton of scoring, a leadership. And with 2 on the shot clock, Castro has to fire up an ill-advised shot. Scoochie in transition, lost the handle.
I think they missed this call. They're giving it to Duquesne, and I think it went off a Duquesne player. Let's see again. That went right off a Duquesne player. They just missed the call. It happens. They're human. When you're coaching, you don't think of them as human. You think of them as every call should go our way.
Down 15. No such thing as the 15-point basket. Got to find a way to chip away. Blackman can't connect it now. Dayton out in transition.
See, everything's coming from the perimeter.
Mike Sell, the extra pass. And that one will stay Dayton basketball.
Everything's coming from the perimeter. They're not getting anything in the flow of their offense. Whereas Dayton, that's exactly what they're doing.
Well, you think about some of the numbers that Dayton has defensively, Coach. 15-1 when the other team shoots 40% or less. 41-1 when they hold their opponent under 60. They are a defensive-minded team. That's what Archie Miller preaches. And that's too easy, isn't it?
The depth of the offense is so impressive. You're exactly right, Ryan. It's so easy, and you get it into the post, and he just physically overpowers guys. I mean, watch the wing here, how Kyle Davis defends. They're trying to get the ball into the wing to initiate the offense, and he's out there in shutdown mode with a monstrous lead of 17 points. Guys don't always play that hard.
Scooch to the basket, another uncontested lay-in. It is 30-11 with 7:30 to play. A reach early. Well, we've talked a lot about just how good Dayton can be. They are on full display.
It's really hard to figure, what am I taking away? If I double that post and kick it back outside, can I get out there and get a hand up on the shot? Because if you can't, they're going to bury it on you again.
Dayton are currently on a 10-0 run. It's 22-5 over the last 8:30. Defensively, offensively, Duquesne just having all sorts of problems. And there's a 5-second violation. It's another Duquesne turnover.
Yeah, right now it's men among boys. I mean, Jim Ferry's like, you go to a golf tournament, you can buy mulligans. Can I buy some timeouts? Because he's in a tough spot here with young kids against a veteran team playing at home in front of an insanely interested crowd in a sold-out environment. It's tough.
Mike Sell inside again, blocked from behind, and will jump it up. Possession goes to Duquesne. Now listen, clearly this is mismatch city, Coach. We knew that coming in. When you're down 19 early, what do you want to see from your club?
I want to see them fight, compete, battle, continue to run our stuff. Guys, we're not at Dayton's level yet. They know that. They watch the tape just like everyone else. They know. Just continue to be aggressive and battle.
Jordan Robinson shuffles the feet on the post move. It is yet another turnover for Duquesne.
You want to see guys who are willing to step up and go, you know what? You may be seniors, juniors, and you got this veteran NCAA tournament-bound team. We're not going to back down to you.
So Duquesne going zone now.
2-3 look, just something different.
Miller inside, just too easy.
See, the 2-3, that middle area right in the paint is where it's weak at times, and you get a chance to get it in there, and he's a big, strong kid, and he has a really nice release, and he was able to get a pretty good look.
Blackman inside, can't get a shot up again as it's blocked. Dayton has more baskets than Duquesne has shots. Scucci fadeaway.
It's just really, really putting Duquesne in a very, very difficult spot here. They're just overmatched right now.
Lewis, he can't find the rim.
Right, because every play, it's my turn to go one-on-one, then you go one-on-one, and then Dayton runs their offense and comes up with another, good look. When you go back to the last few Duquesne plays, it's Mike going to take a shot, then we're going to have Castro take a shot, and then we're going to try and take Blackman and see if he can take a shot. There's nothing coming out of the flow of the offense.
It is a 14-0 Dayton run over the last 4:48. And the crowd here having some fun with the Duquesne coaches who accidentally had a Gatorade bottle slide onto the playing court.
Yeah, I remember being down, I think, 40, and accidentally having a towel go onto the floor just to please don't let him dunk on us again.
Cook rises up and knocks down another three. 37-11 with 5 to play. And finally, the drought is over.
Tough shot.
Emil Blackman able to get a basket, and then Dayton gets a little sloppy on the other end. Is that a concern from the Dayton? And I know it's funny to say Dayton has a concern, but when you have a game this quickly get this out of hand, that bad habits can start to develop?
No question. I just watched Archie because I enjoy watching him pace up and down the sideline. He's up 37-13, and he was furious on that turnover. And I get it. I understand his perspective. It's just, these are human beings, and it's hard to stay razor-sharp focused when you've got this type of lead and you know they're not going to beat us today.
And Terrence Smith cannot get the three to fall.
5 fouls on Kyle Davis, his first, team score.
I mean, it's fun when you're the winning coach and you're up big and you can play everybody, and we'll see the whole bench get in it at some point possibly. But I would always rather play in a game. If I knew I was going to win and I would win by 1 or by 50, I'd rather win by 1. It's engaging. It gets your blood pumping.
7 turnovers and 32%. Blackman to the basket, draws the foul.
Good aggressive take. He's been aggressive. He has not backed down at all. He had the last basket on the baseline. Gary puts it on the deck. He is not one of those, I don't want it. He has been willing to go in among the trees and attack.
Flyer substitution, Kendall Pollard checks back in for Sam Miller.
Well, the freshman duo for Duquesne leading the Atlantic 10 and freshman scoring as a combo, Mike Lewis and Isaiah Mike. Something to build on for head coach Jim Ferry, but right now the experience of Dayton just overcoming Duquesne. Some full court pressure.
Back into the zone again.
Throwing it down with the right hand.
They may be getting housed right now, but I'm just telling you, that kid has no back down in him. That's 3 straight plays where he's going, get out of my way.
Emil Blackman, one of 2 grad student transfers to Duquesne. Needs 9 points for 2,000 in his college career. Mike Sally's done everything else but can't hit the 3. And Duquesne on a little bit of a run here. I didn't think I'd say that, Coach.
Yeah, I'd like to see them, get on a run and get this thing respectable.
Castro, uncontested lay-in. Coach Miller beside himself.
Yeah, he's not happy. Just smacked his hands together.
Well, let's get a little glimpse of life without Scoochie Smith. Scoochie on the bench. Nearly another turnover. Ball just fortunately goes to Dayton. They'll reset. 5 on the clock. Cook in and out. Duquesne basketball with 2:35 to go.
And you look up, you go, okay, let's see if we can get something going here. Just a little bit, some life.
And a basket here makes it a 10-0 run. It currently sits at 8. Mike for 3, knocks it down. It's 11-0 Duquesne run.
Like that.
Archie Miller wants a timeout. His senior point guard, Scoochie Smith, who just seems to run everything. So full court pressure. Let's see how Dayton handles the pressure.
So I was talking with Doug Housechild, who's their great SID, been here forever, and he said in Scoochie Smith's career here, he has never missed a game, never missed a practice. There's a great Kendall Pollard. Game, practice he's in, or shooting session. And he is always, every single game they play, he has never not been the first guy on the court to warm up.
Welcome back to the lineup, Scoochie Smith. Immediately in another assist and a dunk lay in for Dayton. And now the Flyers look to run again. Nice pass to Pollard inside, and he gets it to go. What do you think that timeout for Archie Miller coming out of the 11-0 Duquesne run was like?
Are you serious? You guys work that hard to build it up, and you give it all right back? Archie doesn't mess around, man. I once said to him, do you ever smile and enjoy it? Hard for him to smile in season.
And Sanders nearly turns it over, saves it to Castro. And with 1 on the shot clock, Castro bailed out by a Dayton Flyer, Daryl Davis foul.
Checking in for the Flyers, Daryl Davis for Kyle Davis.
Kyle Davis out of Chicago. One Davis gets another Davis.
Also for the Flyers, Sam Miller for Kendall Pollard.
So after the 11-0 Duquesne run, a 4-0 Flyer run. And under a minute to go here for Duquesne. Had it to 15.
Daryl out of Detroit, Michigan. Kyle out of Chicago. They go all over the Midwest.
Mike, the freshman from way outside, gets the friendly roll. He's been one of the real pleasant surprises for Duquesne. Scoochie, high off the glass. Davis for 3. Book it.
And who set that up? Scoochie missed the shot. Scoochie stayed right with it and back tapped it and got him that shot that he buried.
You can see the time. Castro blocked from behind, and that will do it at the half. All Dayton.
And then obviously the advantage on the glass. You've got an 8-3 advantage on the offensive glass, and you've got a 20-9 advantage on the glass overall.
Mike Lewis is the leading scorer for Duquesne. He is yet to score. Cook right out of the locker room, firing a 3. Another offensive rebound for Pollard. And now Dayton runs offense. What a pass from Scoochie to Pollard, senior to senior.
That is that screen roll where you really just slip the screen and right to the basket. The pass is there. What a beautiful play. Watch this.
I talked about it, Cap, at the top of the broadcast. The senior class, what haven't they done at Dayton? They will go down as the all-time winningest class in the history of this university. There's been some great teams over the years.
Phenomenal teams. And you just watch this team play. And again, I go back to what I talked about in the first half. You think about what this team thought they were going to be the end of last season. They looked at their team and they said, well, we've got a really unbelievably young, talented center in Steve McElvain, and we've got Josh Cunningham. We can be a top 10 team that makes a long run in the tournament. And then tragically, Steve passes away of a heart ailment, and Josh Cunningham's been gone 3 months with a severe foot injury. They expect him back in March. You've got a different basketball team, and they're still really good.
No doubt. And have a chance. Certainly, it comes down to matchups and what kind of team you play.
And you get Pollard missed 6 games with a thigh bruise, coming back from multiple surgeries on his hand and on his knee. So they've had their share of stuff they've had to deal with.
If Dayton has a weakness, Coach, what are you going with?
I don't think they shoot the ball as well as they need to, and then they don't have the rim protector. The shooting, I think, is going to be fine. They don't have that rim protector in the middle that you go, oh boy, we got to deal with that team in the tournament, and we don't have that guy.
But is that dissimilar than the team a couple years ago that went all the way to the Final Eight?
If you shoot the ball well in the postseason, it can cover up so many other areas for you. They guard. That's the best thing about them is how good they are defensively. And that's a credit to how hard these kids are willing to play and how good a coach Archie Miller is.
Mike Sell can't hit the three. Like to see Lewis. We've heard so much about the freshman guard for Duquesne. At least show a little of what has made him Duquesne's leading scorer.
Well, Sanders gets a nice job there staying with it after the miss. That was the slip screen that Dayton's been killing him with all day. They ran the same play right back at him.
Good looking basket there from Terrence Smith, the sophomore in transition. Do you get the sense, Coach, that because it is their last run for Pollard and for Scucci, that something magical could happen this March?
Yeah, I do get that feeling that they could make a really deep run. You've got to, because you don't have the rim protector, you got to guard like this every day, and then you have to make shots. That three-point shot is such a huge part of their arsenal.
There's the freshman for Duquesne.
Archie is up, going crazy on the sideline. He is furious with the lob pass that Pollard threw that hit the rim. He does not like the quick shot at the top of the key to possession before. There's another turnover.
Like
Archie's not happy, I can tell you.
Just not his day. One of those days you can't find wide open look there for Lewis. Can't knock it down. Isaiah Mike has been very impressive. He's got a big-time body for a freshman from Canada.
And he's athletic.
6'8". You just look at him, and he just looks like a little bit different kind of athlete that could be something really special down the line.
Right. You just have to stack 3 recruiting classes, one on top of another. They have another one coming. They've got a good one that's already here on the floor. Add another one, and all of a sudden you go, oh, we go 9-10 deep with really talented players.
Scucci inside. Oh, the seniors doing it all here at UD Arena. It's what the sold-out crowd came to see.
That might hurt them. Key loss. That UMass loss is a bad loss. UMass is near the bottom of the league. That was one that will hurt you. But I think they're an NCAA team, no doubt.
Now, certainly taking care of business today. Up 20, 51-31. The Dukes have shown brief flashes, and including an 11-0 run at one point in the first half. But other than that one run, it has been all Flyers. And good if it goes. And I can't tell you how many times, Coach, we've just seen Duquesne throwing a shot up, hoping it would hit the rim with the shot clock winding down.
Right, they haven't been able to get anything sustained offensively out of their attack. You know, we watched that 3-possession run out of Blackman, but that was all Blackman.
Cook for 3. Book it.
Wide open. Set his feet. Silky smooth.
Duquesne playing that zone defense. There are definitely holes, and Dayton appears to be willing to make the extra pass to find that hole.
That's what they do so well. Toward the baseline. Another magnificent job. And then 5-0 to start league play. I had them in a win at St. Joe where they played very well. TJ Klein, who is the son of the great Nancy Lieberman.
Yes, sir.
had nearly a triple-double, 1 assist short when I had him, and then he had a triple-double the other day. You talk about a guy who knows how to play the game. He understands how to play his position at 6'8" or 9". He's really, really good.
How many, let me ask you this in 2 ways. How many bids will the A-10 get? How many should they get?
Well, I mean, I think that they're going to get, they have a great shot to get 3. That I'm looking at it saying, you know, Rhode Island's a really good team. Really good. They're a legit tournament team. This is a really legit team. VCU's a legit team.
So why couldn't they get 4?
Well, it depends who would win the conference tournament. What would happen in the at-large pool? Who gets upset? You know, you have somebody that runs away and hides in their conference and then gets upset in the conference tournament.
It takes a bit out of it.
Takes a bit out of it. So I think 3 would be a solid number.
Well, there's no doubt Dayton looking for a 3rd consecutive trip to the dance. VCU beat him at home the other night. When these 2 teams lock up, VCU and Dayton, that is a man's game, Coach.
That is a man's game. You better come ready to play and have your shoes tied tight.
And that's something Duquesne is finding out tonight, that these are big guys. These are men.
Kendall Pollard only played 8 minutes in the first half. 6 for 6 today out of Simeon High School in Chicago, which is the best program in the state of Illinois. They've won 5 or 6 state championships. They are loaded with talent every single year. Look around college basketball. There's a ton of kids from that program playing all over the place. This kid has had a magnificent career here.
What's amazing about him is listed at 6'6", probably not that tall.
No.
And you saw the run to the Elite Eight. You've seen them play against Power 5 teams. He never seems to be overmatched by players that are sometimes 5-6 inches taller. No, he's got the big behind, and he's able to dig some ground out.
And he's a hard-nosed, tough kid. He doesn't back down to any challenge. 6'8", 6'9", he's there to battle.
Another turnover and an easy breakout for Davis, who lays it up and in. I'm not sure how much longer Coach Miller will go with the likes of Scucci and Kendall Pollard. I hate to see someone turn an ankle in a 30-point contest.
Correct.
Who's the best team you've seen in the country this year?
They are just a hot knife through butter now. They are just imposing their will at both ends of the court. Best team that I've seen, I'll tell you what, Virginia's pretty good because they guard you big time. Oregon's very, very good. Kentucky's loaded with talent. There's a lot of good teams. Villanova, I might say, is the best that team.
Villanova, a lot like Dayton, has these players back that are probably just a hair not considered NBA guys, so they keep coming back to school, where so many of the other teams, if you even have a glimpse of going to the league, you're gone. And you see it on the court today. When you have men out there, it makes a big difference.
You have, I used to watch BYU football. I had a friend that was playing there, and I think, why could they always be so tough up front? And you look, they'd have 24, 25-year-old offensive linemen that had gone on a 2-year mission, and they come back, and they're men. They are men, 24, 25, going up against a 19, 18-year-old, and that's what you're seeing here today.
And not a single person has left this crowd. It's an impressive situation that Dayton has going here.
They've had 114 NCAA tournament games in this building. And it's just such a great environment for college basketball. The job is stay with it. Robinson, no quit, battling, fighting.
And what's interesting, Coach, is we will see this Duquesne team a couple years down the line when Lewis and Mike are a couple years older. We'll probably draw back on this game of just how much you can learn playing against a team that is so fundamentally sound.
Right, because they're hoping 2 years from now, they're where Dayton is.
62-34, it is all Dayton at home. Back after this.